Hello, beautiful seekers and souls. Welcome to the Existential Shift. My name is Morgane. We are now doing a reading for Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio. Hi, Leo. So, before we go to the tarot, Leo, you're born on November 11th, 1974. It totals to 11, 11, and then 3. Let's say 11, 11, 21, because the 11, 11 are master numbers. They add up to 22, another master number. And if to some 1974 down to 21, so we have 22, 21, which totals to 43. There's one number missing for the 44. 44 is the highest master number that is possible when it comes to a master number of a date of birth, name, etc. And it's interesting because 44 really connects to what I know about you, to what everyone knows about you. You're an environmentalist, a philanthropist. You do an extraordinary work to heal the planet. And 4 is very much so the number of the 4 elements, obviously, of the 4 directions of the wind, of the boundaries of our existence, of our planet. And it's also, if to go deeper into the ancient numerology, is the number of the Merkaba, of the travel in consciousness. Now, some of you will say now, no, it's number 7, if you know the tarot and you know the chariot. The Merkaba's chariot is made of 4 and 3. And that's where I'm leading towards. Your 22, 11, 11 is 4. Your 21 from the year of birth is 3. So you total to 7, specifically made of the essence of Merkaba, aka chariot, a term from Kabbalah that speaks of movement of consciousness. So not only that there's the work of the physicality, working on improving the planet in grand scale, right? Because it's 44, it's not just 1/4, closing on 44. The ideal is towards 44. We're almost there, right? 43, almost 44. And I hope I'm not losing you guys. Your journey is constantly towards that, right? So you're 43 total, the chariot, the movement of consciousness, both in physicality and in essence, towards utopia, the 44. You're in constant search and seek of that utopia. What really triggers that work that you do, and we haven't gotten to you being a wonderful actor, but let's talk about your soul's purpose here on earth for a second. You came here to expand consciousness for all living beings, in regards to living beings, for the idealism of utopia. Okay? You are 43, the movement, 4 and 3, the movement towards the 44, the utopia. Now, it's a constant journey. And the reason why you're feeling like it's a constant journey, like there's always more to be done, no matter how much you do, you feel like it's not enough. That's what I'm aiming for, that's what I'm trying to say. And the way you came here, the reason you came here this way, is in order to make sure you continue doing the work. Giving you that I want to say that carrot in front of the horse, but it's a good analogy. Because if you were to ever feel like you're already in the utopia, you won't do more. And your spirit came here with the purpose of continue to doing more for the sake of said utopia. Your life path is extraordinary. The thing about master numbers, having so many master numbers, and you're a Scorpio, by the way, but you know that, for others who didn't know. Having a lot of master numbers, date of birth, name, etc., is not always determined, it doesn't always determine, that you'll be as grandiose as Leonardo DiCaprio. It means that you come in with the potential to do so, with the soul's intent to do so, but it's so big, many don't manage to get to that level of actually fulfilling and living up to that potential. For some of them, it's just a lifetime of trying. And for some of them, like yourself, sir, is a lifetime of fulfilling. You have the name of a lion, and you look like the sun with your colors, right? And you're a star, you shine. But the depth of the Scorpio, the scorpionic energy within you are very, very, very strong. Especially combining with the 11, the double 11. And that you total, 43 totals to 7. You total to 7, which is also a very precise, intuitive, analytical number. You have the ability to, similarly to Tony Robbins that I did the other day, because Tony also has 11 in his date of birth, and 7s. So it's a similar aspect of being able to dissect a situation and a person to its deepest, deepest, deepest layer. You see people's triggers and mechanisms that they don't know about themselves, which is why you've learned to be sometimes quiet about it and not always say what you see, because they'll argue with you or disagree or won't know it themselves. And you found a way of articulating what you see in a way that is easy on the eye for the person in front of you. You've literally mastered the ability to have the sight into someone's core aspects with being able to say it and explain it and show them and guide them in a way that doesn't create antagonism, which is something that is very, very, very difficult to do for a lot of people who are intuitive and perceptive. How do I tell this person what I see without triggering them, without angering them, without blaming the messenger, right? So, this is not a reading about telling you or everyone what you already know about yourself, or what everyone else already know about yourself, about you. I'm going to try to give you the guidance that you deserve. Because you do give guidance to others. And everything you do, by the way, comes with intent. You don't do anything random. Nothing is random. Nothing is meaningless. Even when you do something very lighthearted and seemingly meaningless or random, it comes with a deep spiritual reason. You're conscious of your own bullshit. And sometimes you do it on purpose in order to get a break from constantly being... Now, truth is a very, very, very high value for you. Being sincere with yourself. You smell deceit from miles away. You can't stand it when people lie to you. You obviously have a huge circle of acquaintances, but very, 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 very few people actually know you. And I know it's something you could say about a lot of people, but it's even more so about you. Very few people actually, and some, you know what? Not even. I believe, personally, you still have secrets from those who think they truly know everything about you. Your best. I would not be surprised if you do energetic work, spiritual work, mystical work even, without anyone knowing. Without the viewers knowing, without the public knowing, without even your agents and people you work with knowing. I think you're also a master of energy. I think you believe in energy. I think you're naturally drawn to the Hermetic laws of cause and effect, of duality and polarity, and how to work with them. I think you understand the power of the empty space and the creative force it brings with. We give light and brightness the credit for creativity in life, which is obvious. A human being is creative and alive. But what about the womb that created it? What about the black holes in space that connects between planets and universes? I bet you did quantum physics and the theory of the multiverse. I haven't gotten to the cards yet. Let's do it. Let's ask the cards for guidance for Leonardo DiCaprio, please. Born November 11th. Any Scorpios in the house? Any Leo lovers in the house? By the way, my name is Morgane and this is the Existential Shift. And yours truly is nominated to be on the cover of a global magazine. We are in the finals. It requires and asks for daily votes because this is about being influential and not just pretty. Being hot, sexy, and something else too, in the words of Nicole Arbor, who's hosting this. And I'm in the finals, and that's amazing. And it's thanks to my seekers and my subscribers and friends and family. But now I need you even more. So if you can press the link below and cast your daily free vote, I will be most grateful. If you enjoy this reading, if you enjoy me, please reciprocate with a very easy act of intent that can create an entire world for me. And let me know. Comment that you voted. And if you have a vision about how I look like on the cover, like what I'm wearing and what's the theme, it's a photo shoot with Joe Simone, please tell me about that too. And we're ready for the reading. Of course, Leo, you're starting your own reading with the Magician. You are the Magician. Did I not just say without the tarot that you are very, very, very much connected to the laws of physics and how to work with them? The Magician knows how to work with all the elements. He is the master of all the elements. He's all the kings in the tarot deck. He is the King of Wands and of Cups and of Swords and of Pentacles. He's the King of Fire and of Water and of Earth and of Air. And he knows like an alchemist how to play with it. You can listen to a person talk for a long time and then you can say one word. Okay, 2 words. And that will entirely shift their perspective. Kind of hit them in the stomach. And they look at you like, right. And it will make so much sense to them and they'll be like, how did I not think of it? How did I not know of it about me? You could easily be a tarotchi, a tarot reader. Some people will laugh now. It's like, he's an actor, but there's not much difference. I'm an actress too. Both spiritual teachers and healers and actors / artists deal with the human mechanism, with the human range of emotions. You can turn the human range of emotions into magic. There's literally no aspect of the human condition you can't tap into. Now, I'm saying something that doesn't surprise anyone, but here's the thing. What you do is a very easy, lighthearted, method acting. You become the character. You literally become the character. But here's the tricky part. Unlike other actors that do that, you don't lose yourself. You know how to maintain your anchor to reality and to your own sense of self. You do have a strong core of sense of self and infinite outreaches. And right now, I would not be surprised if you're working on a project that might have to do with that as well. One day for sure, you'll be working on something that has to do also with the metaphysics, with the magical realm. with Beyond the Veil. You're very naturally drawn to these worlds. You like mysterious, fantastical creatures. If this surprises you about Leo, or intrigues you about Leo and you're enjoying this, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know if there are any Leo fans in the house. Let me know your thoughts. Show me more for Leo though. Another major outcome, the Hangman. So I'm going to say just a little bit about the magical attributes of this combination of cards, the spiritual, and then I'm going to go to the actual practicality of your reading. The Hangman is also about changing perspective, being able to look at a situation not only 360, but 360 upside down. It's molding reality in a way that is master-like. I don't know if you do martial arts, but if you'll go into it, you'll be very good at it. And it will add an extra ingredient for you. The physicality I'm picking up on, the physical aspect of mastering energy. Seek martial arts, Leo. Something about adding the movement, the physical movement to your energetic craft is going to help you make that leap from 43 to 44, if that makes sense, if you remember the beginning. This is far ahead in the future. I think you might surprise people at one point with running for presidency. I think it's a big possibility that isn't necessarily anytime soon. Possibly 12 years from now. I'm recording this in 2020. The 2020s are, we're shifting from old Earth to new Earth, literally. And you have a big part of it because of the work that you do for the globe. You know global warming is a real thing. You fight to heal the planet. And 2030 is going to be a complete different experience for humanity and the way we live here. From free energy to, it's going to look really, 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 really different. But the way there will be painful. The 2020s are going to be painful for humanity. We're now 2020 is just the start. People are like, oh my God, it's been so bad. I can't wait for 2021. Yeah, this party just started. But I think you'll do such significant work in the next decade. I would not be surprised if you'll be running for presidency, too many cards, in the 2030s. I guess we'll see about that. I said it. But right now, this highest aspiration and goal is on hold. You understand that there are things to do now and that there are things to do later. There are things to do now, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Right now, the things to do now, you want to work with people. You want to teach people one-on-one. You want to educate them and give them. We see a lot of your philanthropy work, but a lot of focus on the planet. But there's something in you that feels inspired right now to give specifically to people, to indigenous people, to communities. This is also something that Tony had in common with you. There's a new idea that you have on how to go about it. And how you're trying to figure out how can I give to people without it being just drained and like, you know, how can I teach them how to fish instead of giving them a fish? I personally not into fishing because I think we all should be vegan for the sake of the planet, but you know, just an analogy. You're figuring out how to close the hole in the bucket. Okay, I'm giving, but it keeps something about the mentality of the people that you're giving to. That's the advice I can give you. touch their mentality, change their perspective on what abundance is and what life is. Show me more for Leo about this. Six of Wands, so 2 6 in the reverse. Yeah. Community work, people. It's exactly what I just said, confirmation. Instead of giving them charity and keeping them on their knees, you're like, no, I want to encourage them and cheer for them and teach them how to stand up on their feet and run and ride and win. I don't want to keep them in the state of being a beggar. So that's what I feel like is your current goal right now. And the cards are encouraging, and I'm most definitely encouraging. Show me more about this for Leo. Two of Swords and the Emperor. Okay. So 2 things are coming up. One, this work that you're doing is going to encounter some sort of resistance from a leadership in that area, in that place, for that thing, because they don't see the vision that you have. They don't understand. They're like, no, just give it to them. And you're like, no, I'm trying to teach them something so they won't have to need me, or so they won't have to need your charity. And they're a little bit rigid with their thinking. They're not seeing your vision. They mean well. It's just they're not really understanding what you're trying to do. They don't have the foresight that you have. This is a very impressive person with a lot of power and a position of power, but there's something that they're not quite getting, and you feel like you have to keep. The advice is have personal conversation with this person. Figure out, try to find, you can do it really well, a time in their life or a situation in their life where they learned something that changed the course of their life, that allowed them to, instead of being in need, being empowered. And then use that as an example to help them understand what it is you're trying to do. This might be you wanting to invest in a movie, in a creative project. And either you're a co-producer or someone that is also involved is more, they're more geared towards the practical aspect of things, like what sells, what works, what brings people, what makes money. And you're like, I have a vision here. This is more important. Instead of being a part of, what's fashionable now, let's lead it, right? Let's create a new genre. You're really trying to, and they're like, it's like you feel like you're dealing with like a cabeza duro, hard rock head. Show me more. What else does Leo need to know? What else can you tell Leo? The Tower. This cooperation or situation will break down. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. It's not... And I feel like you're going to realize that it's not serving the idea or the vision that you have and that you want to give. So you'll just... either you will leave it or they will leave it, but it won't make it. It's for the better. You need to work with someone who gets it. You need to work with a woman, the High Priestess. You need to work with a spirit that gets the intricacies and the subtleties, and that has sight and vision to the future. This is a seer. This is a wise woman. This is a witch. This is a druidess. This is someone possibly indigenous, native, spiritual. She could be a community leader in her own right. This could be an advisor. Or just a partner that you co-produce something or co-create with that comes from the divine feminine aspects of thinking. That comes from that empty space that we spoke of, from the womb, right? Once this system breaks down, you might be breaking partnership with some sort of agency or distributor or manager, something like that. I'm sure you have so many endeavors I can't even begin to imagine. It's something of that sort. And then that opens up a crack, an opening for this individual to enter. Show me more about this High Priestess for Leo. 8 of Swords. Interesting. This might be someone that they're under some sort of, there's a situation in their life that they're limited by. She's not free. I'm also picking up the damsel in the tower, like the tower breaks down and like being locked high in the tower or something like this. It's just the narrative, the archetype that is coming up. She's not the type that is a damsel in distress, but it's just the circumstance. Something around her is really limiting her. Show me more. 8 of Wands. Wonderful. 8 of Wands after 8 of Swords. So this is a breaking out of the bondages. She's, okay, either you'll have a meaningful part in helping her being freed from whatever situation this is. This could be a bad marriage, right? This could be so many things. This could be a difficult contract. But there's a breaking out of it with the 8 of Wands, especially 2 8s. It's strong, and the Tower, something really dramatic comes and sets this situation free. Show me more for Leo. 10 of Pentacles. That's interesting. So this might be also a romantic involvement, Leo, for you. Or maybe it will turn into a romantic involvement from this. Maybe you're meeting this person and she's married. Maybe, and like, but in a bad relationship. It's not something good. Maybe you're meeting this person and she's already in some sort of contract or obligation or a situation that is limiting. But here's the interesting part. We all know you, and that's just based on tabloids. We don't really know you that way, but as someone who deals with a lot of women, I'll just say it like that. Right? Well, I'm not surprising anyone. I'm not seeing it in the cards. The cards show the opposite. The card, this is why it's interesting to me, because the cards show a very karmic spiritual connection with someone very important to you that will be possibly your future wife or your partnership. So this turned into a love reading for you, Leo. There is someone very, very unique that will present themselves to you, or like out of like a breakdown of something else, somehow butterfly effect will lead you to them somehow. And I feel like it will, with time, will turn out to be more than whatever this cooperation or connection is based on. It will turn into legacy. Leo, this was an amazing reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. For all my seekers, thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, press subscribe, press the bell button to receive notifications. I do monthly tarot scopes for all the signs every month, for all the 13 signs. I include Ophiuchus, and many other extra bonus fun stuff to do with tarot and spirituality and energy work. And I would love to have you join the space of the Existential Shift. Please be sure to cast your daily vote today and tomorrow and tomorrow. If you're watching this anytime on or before August 13th, if the link is below, we're on and we need you. So thank you. Much blessings to you, and I will see you in the next video.